getting warmed up. Happy Friday, everybody. Man, what a start to the year. Thank you if you've made it out so far. I've already got a few people here. I love it. Love to see it. But I also have some friends with me today. This is not like it was Tuesday. This is a whole crew. I'm bringing in the baddies from SoCal. We got my boy TheCrashZ3ro here, and David from Adventures with David. Now, some of you, if you've been following the channel, you know that I've had Crash on before. We've spoken a lot. We've kind of we've mingled a bunch in the park. David, I see him when I see him. He's super busy, so it's a privilege just to have him respond to me. Now,
busy man.
Yeah. That being said, David, this is your inaugural live stream, so I'm going to let you go first, man. Tell us who you are, what you do, where we can find you, and how cool you think Crash is.
Oh, well, start off with Crash is amazing. Crash is great.
Starting
just like
on
you, man. All right, my name is David. I host Adventures with David, which is a travel and entertaining YouTube channel where we take you guys on numerous coverages of theme parks, conventions, haunts, you name it. I cover as much as possible for you guys. Just in case you guys don't have the opportunity to go to these events, it gives you the opportunity to say, you know what, I want to buy a ticket for the next time. Yes, and you can find me on Adventures with David through TikTok for now, Instagram, and YouTube as well.
Very, very, very good. Yeah, if you need help with all that, he's here. Boom. There's Adventures with David. I can only do one tab at a time, so we got your YouTube up anyway. And cool. Then next on the agenda, everybody's most lovable TikToker in the theme park community. Crash, who are you? What do you do? Where can we find you? And how cool is David?
Hands down, David's one of the coolest YouTubers you find in theme parks. He's as genuine as you see him on videos as he's in person. So, one of the coolest guys.
100%.
For me, I'm a content creator. I post a lot of theme parks, food reviews, just content stuff, dating advice. Ambassador for Pizza Hut. I get paid to make videos for Pizza Hut. And I'm always out and about. So I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok for now until it's gone.
For now, I know we so I guess the thing passed, and the TikTok the thing failed. So I guess TikTok's gone. What, on the 19th?
The 19th.
Yes.
That's and there's a couple buyers that are interested. But if they buy TikTok, they're buying just the name. They're not buying the TikTok algorithm, Dance Bite or whatever they're called. They're not selling that portion. They're only selling the name portion.
Oh, okay.
So which is kind of weird because if you look at it, David Zuckerberg, he changed his ways. They got rid of fact checker because they know that the bunch of crowd's going to come to Instagram and YouTube, so why chase everybody away? So they got rid of that. Now they're more lenient to everything.
Okay.
So Facebook now is pretty much like X. You can get away with a lot of stuff now.
I heard about that. That's going to be interesting to see what happens because I know Facebook has kind of been an afterthought in the social media corner. Everybody's kind of, I mean, with the emergence of TikTok, I mean, Instagram kind of copied it the best they could. YouTube has their shorts tab. But I don't know about you guys, but I think my kids messed up my algorithm because it is nothing but brain rot in my YouTube shorts feed. It is just whatever song is trending that week with weird videos that don't have anything to do with it at all. It's it's a whole thing. I'm assuming it's Jackson and Kinley getting onto my, because I have them watch YouTube with my thing so they don't have to sit through ads. Here we go. Fun times with Fifi. Crash and David are both amazeballs. I added the balls part, but amaze. Because we got the point. Oh, this is one of my favorite people. The old Dapper Vanta crew. I remember them when they were just Vanta crew, not Dap, when they weren't so dapper. But they love David. So here we go. So real quick, never got too much into TikTok. Once I got on Instagram, Facebook became way over. Yeah. And I think, I don't know, I'm really only speaking for myself and my generation, but it became kind of a joke that we see our TikToks a month later when it comes across our Instagram reels. And it was like that with Facebook too. Like when it comes across your Facebook feed, like we'll see these trending TikToks that were trending 2 months ago on TikTok that are now finally just getting to Facebook with all the moms and dads of the world, all the 40-year-olds and whatever. But who knows where we're going to find this stuff now? I know, Crash, you mentioned X. I've slowly been, David, it looks like you kind of have too, been trying to implement more traffic on your X feed. It's not easy, man. I thought it would be a little. It's weird because X is such a weird political battleground that if you're not into politics, it's hard to get any eyeballs on you at all.
Yeah. X is more like political and gaming.
Yeah.
Much.
So I'm hoping that because TikTok kind of carries more of our viewership, that it'll migrate that way, if that makes sense. I'm hoping anyway.
Yeah.
But let's see. Yeah. So that'll be interesting to see what happens here in these next couple months. By summer, it's going to be like a completely different ball game, depending on whether TikTok gets bought or not.
Right. It is. Yeah.
So let's start with the park that we all know and we all love, and that's Knott's Berry Farm. I know, Crash, you spoke with somebody like, what was it, a week ago, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And you got hella info.
I did. I wasn't expecting to run into them. And then they started talking to me, and they're like, I know that look on your face. What do you want to ask? And so I did. Everything I can think of, I asked them a lot of questions. And I think it was like longer than 15 minutes. I think it was like maybe 20, 25 minutes. We had a conversation, and I asked them everything that I can think of with the Six Flags passes, to what rides are coming, what's next, to charging stations, to everything that I can possibly can. And the meal plan does it work at Knott's as it does at Six Flags, since you guys are combined, and it said it should. So I don't know if it's true. I'm waiting for you guys to let me know if it's true or not, because I haven't gone to Six Flags. So I'm waiting to find out whether the meal plans, the drink plans, they work. It said it should, so I don't know. But no one's tried it yet. No one's made a video on it.
Well, I guess, yeah, it was supposed to happen January 6th. I looked on the website. I was here. I'll try to see if we can all look together, I guess. At the problem with Knott's website is it's really hard to navigate. So I was looking at, like, because the big thing right now is everybody's talking about the Legacy Pass add-on, the Legacy Park Pass add-on, which I wish I had known about sooner.
They didn't announce it, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, and that's kind of, see, unlimited visits to all Cedar Fair parks and all park passport. Yeah, so look, like, it's like every park in North America, all the Cedar Fair ones,
right? All
the Six Flags ones, and more.
Yeah.
So I think I would assume I'll ask next time. I should have asked when I was there, when I was at Magic Mountain on Sunday, but I was so, like, overwhelmed with everything. Yeah.
To how it works. So when I asked them, they said it should work for certain things. That's one of the perks, which is actually really good if you think about it.
Yeah.
Going to Six Flags and Knott's, no reservations, and the price isn't that expensive. So it's actually a really good deal. You get 2 theme parks.
And that's actually key, what you said, no reservations, because I know a lot of people that visit Disneyland are having issues. Season pass Magic Key holders are having issues getting reservations right now, because apparently those buckets are really, really shallow. I don't know what's up with that, but
it's horrible.
Yeah. Have you guys been able to go yet since they opened back up?
No,
24th. I'll be there 24th.
The 24th. Okay.
I'll be there to the 17th for the Food and Wine Festival next Friday.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that just at California Adventure, or is that both parks?
No, DCA, just California.
DCA,
Is
yeah.
it DCA?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, DCA. I shouldn't call it Cal. I'm showing my age.
Oh
Apologies.
no, I mean,
It's been a while since I've been. Back when I went, it was called California Adventure. Okay. Well,
no, it still is, but I just say DCA.
I somewhat still remember when it used to be a parking lot.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, me too. I do
Yeah.
remember that. That's crazy, man.
That is
Yeah.
crazy. That's showing the age right there.
That's yeah. I mean, I only went. Let's see. Well, it was a park. Let's see. I was in the 4th grade, I think, when I went. And out like that was. It's funny because Disneyland is it's on another spectrum of theme parks, especially if you're younger and you don't grow up. I grew up with Great America up in Santa Clara, so that was just a regular old thing. I mean, it was cool. It had the coasters and stuff, but the first time I went to Disneyland, it was like just awe-inspiring.
Yeah.
The whole thing. And this was without DCA. This was just Disneyland proper. And it's a different experience, man.
Yeah. It
What
was
was
a
the first-
vacation day. Like
Yes.
when you decided to go to Disneyland, it wasn't like, let's just go to Disneyland on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, whatever else. It was just, let's go to Disneyland. You're like, what? I'm going to
Yeah.
Disney. You would tell every single one of your friends, hey, guess what? I'm going to Disneyland today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a travel thing. It was a whole vacation because it was a 5-hour drive from my hometown. So,
Wow.
we couldn't just come whenever. And it was, it's always been on the pricier side. But I've never hated on Disney for that because there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. So a lot of that price is justified. The ballooning now, I don't really know because I haven't really kept up, but I know that they are feeling a little bit pressured from Universal because Universal right now is like kind of catching up in a big way.
Yeah.
It's very they're very expensive, and those new shops they have in downtown Disney. I haven't been there yet, but I was gonna hit yesterday. But when I saw the $18 chicken sandwich, no fries, no drink, just an $18 chicken sandwich, I was just like, okay, wait a minute. That's,
Mondo was talking about that. He was like,
Yeah,
it's just
I made a video of
$18
it.
for the sandwich, and I was like,
if you want
what?
fries, $8. If you want a drink, it's $12. You're like, it's almost $40.
That's
You're pricing out a lot of people. That's just too expensive. That's just
Yeah,
like no.
I agree.
I don't know about that. That's just no reservations and overpriced food. That's just
yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I can go to Knott's at a meal plan and get a drink and fries or mashed potatoes and chicken, whatever else, for $18, or for the meal plan free.
Mhm.
So it's just,
Go get Panda.
Yeah,
Go
right?
Panda.
Seriously,
Right?
go get some Panda.
Yeah.
That's filling. They don't mess around. It's funny. The Panda in Knott's, it gives you like the same portion sizes as they do at any other Panda. Where
Yeah.
they're just like every time I go, it seems like they're just trying to get rid of their food. They don't want it in there anymore.
Yep.
Here, take all this, take a full serving of fried rice, take a full serving of chow mein, and take 17 egg rolls. Get it out of my face. Meal plan done.
But it's weird. I always tell people, Panda Express at Knott's Berry Farm, I don't know why it is, tastes different from Panda Express out on location.
Does it? I haven't had Panda Express outside of Knott's in a very long time.
It's just,
We
I
gotta
got
go
the
pick
daughter
up
on that
steaks.
one.
Yeah,
it's like the one at Knott's is better. For some reason, it tastes better. I don't know why.
really?
It even tastes better than the one at Universal Studios. I don't know why. It just does. I don't know what they're doing, what they're using. It's a different taste.
Because it's on the meal plan. Everything tastes better when it's on the meal plan.
True. But no, it actually, every talks about it too. A lot of vloggers and theme park people are like, yeah, it does. It's like it's different. It tastes better.
That's crazy.
So it tastes better at Knott's than the one at Universal. Even Mondo and JP Land, they go to Universal all the time.
Yeah.
And they're like, the one at Knott's is better than the one at Universal. So I don't know why that is or what it is, but it's weird.
Yeah.
Something they're putting in the water.
Yep.
And you know what's cool? Well, it's funny because Knott's, I don't know, Knott's always seems to be like ahead of the game when it comes to their food anyway. And it's funny
Oh,
when
yeah.
even like a franchise inside the park is like just above and beyond everything else. Fun Times Fifi says Casa California has good portion sizes. Yeah, that's fake Chipotle for anybody that anybody that follows me or I'm not sure what you guys call it. That's what I've always called it.
It's Chipotle, pretty much.
Yeah, it's just Chipotle. You understand? It's the same thing. I love Casa California.
It's better than Chipotle in a sense.
Oh no, it is better than Chipotle. It's 100%
one of those things
better
where
than Chipotle.
Chipotle will actually put like little bits and pieces here and there for you,
Oh,
like
yeah.
one chicken strip and all
Yeah.
that. And you go to Casa California and it's like,
It's like it's like Panda. They're trying to get rid of that food, man.
yeah.
It's weird because there's a lot of like sometimes people post about their portion sizes, and I'm like, man. The only time I've ever had a weird issue was we went to the fry shop across the way, and I forgot what it's called.
Papas Mexicanas.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. And it was like the end of the night, and we got something. I don't remember what it was, and they gave us like very little toppings and mostly sour cream.
Oh.
And it was something that was on. It was during Boysenberry Festival. It was something that was on the meal on the plan, and that was the only time that I've ever really had an issue with portion sizes.
Now, did you actually get the food at the very last, way of Boysenberry Festival? Or was it on the beginning?
Yeah, no, it was toward the end. It was like I want to say it was mid-May or something.
So I've heard any event that they have for Knott's Berry Farm towards the very end, I've heard really, really bad nightmares of people actually getting food, and they're like, dude, my portion size was terrible. And I'm like, it's happened. Even to me.
Yeah, see, yeah, it's I'm glad that I'm not alone in this. Because if they're doing it to you, David, they'll do it to anybody.
No, that's actually a true thing. The first day, the first week, they're testing the waters, so they give a lot of portions. And they're all the flavors, everything's there. By mid, they start running out of like, okay, here's your potatoes, but there's no gravy or no boysenberry gravy, whatever else. And towards the end, you're getting scraps in the smaller portions because they're running out and they're trying to stretch it towards the end.
Have you guys had? Is there anything that you guys have had, like? We won't even like narrow it down to specialty items or anything like that. Just anything in the past couple of years that you remember having there that you're just like, bleh, like ugh. David, anything?
The hot dog salad.
The hot dog salad?
Yes.
What was that?
Crash knows. The hot dog salad. Holy cow! That was a pungent flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not good.
Where was the hot dog salad?
At the Wilderness Dogs.
Oh no! Really?
Yeah. So I was telling Brianna when I was tasting it, I was like, "Oh no, because it tasted like you're eating two meals all in one time, where you have very minimal amount of time. So you grab the salad and you just put it all together and you just shove it in your mouth. Yeah, it's no.
It's not. It's not for the faint of heart.
The other one was a sauerkraut. I don't know if it's just me. But the sauerkraut one, that had the sauerkraut with the hot dog as well. It had other things on top of it. That was not good. I had one bite and I threw it away.
Was that for a season? Was that a seasonal item or?
Yeah, that was a seasonal item. Yeah.
Was it it sounds like a peanut celebration thing.
No. It didn't have any mac and cheese in it.
Mac and cheese.
No mac and cheese. Okay. I just heard hot dogs. And I'm like, oh, that's for the kids. Put it in a salad. They'll eat a salad.
I think that was the one before Ghost Town Alive, which is the boysenberry. What is it?
Yes, boysenberry.
Yeah, it's Boysenberry Festival.
Yeah, boysenberry. Yeah, I remember that.
Sauerkraut. Yeah. Oh, that's right. It had the drizzle of a boysenberry on it. Yes,
yeah,
that's the one.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Mac and cheese pancakes.
Somebody say mac and cheese pancakes?
Yeah.
Come on, player. I heard that they weren't doing mac and cheese this year.
No, they're not.
They overdid it last year, so they're like taking a break from the mac and cheese. What are they going to do instead of mac? They're going to do hot dog everything now. Hot dog pancakes. Hot dog. Hot dog soup. I used to have.
Well, I don't like the fact that they actually cut the peanut celebration. We only get like a month, and it's just
Dude.
on the weekends.
That's what. Yeah, I said the same thing. Janice was telling me. She's like, it's usually like at the very end of January, but they just started it a week later this year, and I'm like, that's strange. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know why they feel the need to do that. I felt they should have gone the other way with it and make it more extravagant. Okay, I get it. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then holiday Mondays. I totally get that, but I don't know, man. I feel like they should really lean into that IP and just Snoopy and Peanuts the hell out of that park.
It's because it's the Peanuts gang in general. Charles M. Schultz like saved the park in a sense because the kids were so scared of Mr. Whittles.
Have you seen those early pictures, dude?
Yeah,
they're scared. They scare me. That's like nightmare fuel. It's crazy. Ugh.
Yeah.
I used to have a picture of it somewhere. I don't know if I do anymore, but yeah.
You know what's funny? We're talking about hot dogs, and at the Food and Wine Festival, or it's at the Lunar Festival, they're bringing back the hot dog pretzel pizza thing they have, and people like that. They're just like, why are you wasting that at no taste whatsoever? I'm pretty sure you probably tried it, David. The hot dog on the pretzel thingy. And it was a popular item last year, yeah. And then they're bringing it back again this year as a fan favorite. It's like, who asked for that? Who? That's not even worth the ticket. It's like no. Like, I don't get it. It's like there's no flavor. You got a little thin slice of hot dog and that pretzel thingy or pizza thingy. And it's like, no, it doesn't work.
No, they just give you a ticket so you can try it.
There's your Whittles.
There's Mr. Whittles right there.
There's Nightmare Fuel Whittles.
What
there you go. That's for everybody watching right now. There's your Nightmare Fuel Whittle. Oh, hold on. I cropped it out.
Oh, wow.
Whittles.
Yes. There he is.
Dun, dun, dun,
our
dun,
favorite
dun.
little miner.
That's the older Whittle. It's kind of creepy.
Fun times with you. Always go Mondays? I don't ever see you on Mondays, and I always go on Monday. That's like my day to go. Because that's when the kids they get out of school early, so it's closer. Well, if I do see you, or if you see me, come by and like kick me in the shin or something. Get my attention.
I think every time I see you at the park, you're always in a hurry. You're always in that.
I know, and I wish I wasn't, man. It's just so Monday. So my days off from work are Mondays and Tuesdays. Monday is Knott's Day. I drop Kinley and Jensen. They go to school in El Segundo, so I got to drive from Los Alamitos to El Segundo in traffic. It takes an hour to get there. I drop them off by 8:15. And then me and Harley go and we'll come home or whatever. I'll head over there. I'll try to get there by park open. Right now, the park doesn't open till 11. I think it's back to normal operating now, so it's 11 to 6 on weekdays. But I got to leave by like 12:30 because I got to go pick them up at 1:30 from El Segundo because they're like, I don't know what's going on with schools these days. Because Jackson's school, he doesn't even start until like 8:50.
Yeah,
and he's out at 3:05. I was like, man. Back in my day, we started school at 6 a.m. and weren't out until the following Tuesday.
My daughter doesn't get in until 9.
That's when she starts?
Yeah. She's in high school, but it's like some days it's like 9 o'clock. I'm like, what?
I think late start. What the heck?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you see what Lilith Juice said, dude? Said you look like Whittles. Crash. That's brutal. That's
right? He is brutal.
All right, live in Vegas, only go 5 or 6. Well, I'm gonna be there, probably almost guaranteed the 5 or 6 times that you'll be there. So there you go. We'll make friends, all new friends. Oh, that's very fun.
Well, now that we're talking about knots,
yeah.
How are you guys feeling right now with the emptiness and non-existent Montezumas?
Crash, you go. You take this one first.
Knowing that something's gonna be coming later on this year, apparently they're waiting for a part. That's what I was told.
For the train, right?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, from what I hear, the same developer that's working on the train is the ones they were having problems with before its comeback.
Oh, really?
So it's the same developer that they were having that tried to like overcharge.
I think it's a contract issue. I mean, they can't get out of the contract until like next year. I think I heard 2026. I heard something like that. so they have the rights and the contract to that attraction. So, which they want them, because I guess they're trying to get the people who do Six Flags to come over with Knott's and coincide with the coasters from there. So.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense. But on the other hand, it might be better to like offset them, right? And have like constant news, because once these things come in, I don't know what's on Six Flags like long-term agenda, but after this Vekoma coaster comes in, who knows? Who knows what
Six Flags, you have like Superman up in jeopardy, so whether that stays or that goes.
Yeah.
So, but that Mount Dunes, from what I was told, it's still coming. Like this year, it should be coming. But we wouldn't say when. They just smiled. They just say, "Well, it's not there." So I try to ask many questions, but they said it's coming. That's still proceeding going forward. The stage in Camp Snoopy is what it is for now. And then when they get to it, it's like one of those projects. Like, oh, well, it works. People like it. They're enjoying it. So we'll get to it when we get to it. So.
Dang, that ground still hurts my feet whenever I walk on it.
Well, they just covered it, pretty much. They didn't cement it. It's still dirt. So then when they start working on it, it's already dirt, but they just covered it with that grass. And the trash cans are covering the barrels are covering the pillars where the stage will go up. That's why barrels are in certain areas, because they're covering those those pillars in the bottom so nobody trips over them.
No, I actually see. I was there the day before when they were going to officially reopen, and all of a sudden I see all this gravel, and then them just rolling the artificial grass over it. I'm like, what's happening here?
Lord.
Well, when you walk, it's all uneven. It's like a lot of the areas is uneven. It's like, but if you don't go there often, you wouldn't realize. You're just like walking, but going there all the time, you're like, wait a minute.
You're like, wait, this ain't Toontown?
Man, I hope that wasn't what they were aspiring to emulate. It was Toontown. Oh God.
Toontown is too crowded. They have too many people sitting down. This to give more people excuses to sit. It's not a kid spot. It's like all the adults are there. Everything else for the kids. It's like when I go, I never see kids, but it's all adults, like literally just camping out and having little picnics. It's like it's not for kids at all. Which I understand when people are getting mad about that.
It was kind of a weird. I mean, the alternative is to put tables there, but I like the idea of having like a little, just kind of a little picnic area. But yeah, when you've got a park that's just covered in people nonstop, like it's crowded every day.
Yeah.
Maybe should have thought that through a little bit more. I liked it when it was like Goofy's. Was it Goofy's backyard? And it was like a little play place.
Yeah.
I liked that, and the kids really liked doing that too.
I think that's still there. It's like a little play spot still there.
Is it?
Yeah.
So the picnic is where the Roger Rabbit fountain was, huh?
Yeah.
There's
two spots. There's that spot where Roger Rabbit is, and then the spot where that trolley did that turnaround is, where they have that big giant big fight 2-3 years ago, where they have that big fight where no security was around. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's where I was. That's the other park spot, and you can't even walk through there. It's all filled with strollers and people just sitting and leaving their trash on the ground. I don't know.
What are you gonna do? I mean, you can't really regulate once people are inside the park. Like, I guess you can put somebody at the front of Toontown with a clicker, and once you reach capacity, start turning people away. But that's so hard because there's constantly people coming and going. You can't really keep track of all that.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's not really a whole lot in Toontown to do anyway. There's 3 rides?
3 rides there.
And then Donald Duck's boat, if that's still there.
That's still there.
And then the Mickey and Minnie meetups, sometimes Chip and Dale and the little treehouse. But
no, the treehouse is gone.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, just Chip and Dale. Treehouse is gone.
They're gentrifying Toontown. Get rid of the chipmunks.
Now, the spot, there's the refill bottle. We get going. One of the refill stations for your water bottle.
For water bottles?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
that's right. You did a thing on that.
Yeah.
That's where it was. Okay. I guess that makes
It's
sense.
all in the back. Yeah, you wouldn't even know if you go back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing all the rumors and like wishful thinking that they were going to connect Toontown to
Star Tours.
to
I mean, Galaxy's Edge.
what is it?
Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah. No.
I don't know. According to Hey Bricky, it's still possible up in the air, but I don't know.
No. I mean that would be helpful,
Yeah,
especially with traffic. Right now with Toontown, there's only one way in or out of there. So you better hope that there's not an earthquake that like knocks that railroad track down or anything.
Or another big fight.
In Toontown.
Yeah.
Was it? I forgot which YouTuber actually talked about it, but they did a whole expansion of Toontown in general. Like knock this thing down, move this thing over, knock down the ferry, the Fantasyland Theater. The way they had that all set up, I loved it. I was like, I need that in my life. That's great.
That doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Yeah.
I mean, are they using Fantasyland Theater for anything right now, or is it still just sitting there?
For like these little minor events.
Yeah. So the stage and the bleachers are still there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's weird. I don't know. Mickey and the Magic Map was, that was a dated show. It was cool. The kids liked it.
Yeah. I love that show.
I remember when they were talking about shutting it down, I was like, man, they could really use this spot as like another attraction for fantasy, like because that's when Beauty and the Beast was open in Florida or Paris. Where did Beauty and the Beast open up? Was it Florida?
Was it Florida?
I don't remember. Paris.
Was it Paris? It might have been Paris.
It's got to be Paris.
Yeah, because it had like the
whole French
super crazy animatronics and the beast that like goes up in the air and turns into the prince, and it's this whole crazy Pepper's ghost illusion thing that people took forever to try to figure out. But I remember that and thinking, wow, we could use something like that in that land, in Fantasyland. Like Fantasyland kind of got shoved to the wayside once Disney bought Star Wars and Marvel, and they really started focusing just on those properties. And they still kind of do on Disney Plus. Like there's always a new Star Wars show, and there seems to always be, well, they've slowed down with Marvel, but there was, they were flooding the market with Marvel and Star Wars. I think they've kind of gotten wise to it because sometimes quantity over quality is not best.
Yes.
In this case, when you have a quality IP, two quality IPs that have really good reputations among their fan base, they really started to run those into the ground. And I thought after that, it would be kind of cool if they just kind of go back to the basics.
Yeah.
And really look into Fantasyland, like just as a section of the park, because it's the whole park is built around Fantasyland. It's right in the middle.
Yeah, I know.
But it seems so, I don't know, man. Like I don't know. Sometimes I just start talking and I don't really know where I'm going.
I don't expect it to be that expanded and that crowded, because when they built it, it wasn't that big of a crowd. It was crowded, but not like how it is today.
Right.
So that's what it is. They need to expand it to fit everybody. Which I saw Fun Time. She put a message. She hoped that Camp Snoopy on day one, which some people were angry about, had rides for taller people, which I get. But they zone Camp Snoopy for kids, like literally for families. Yeah. And that's what that is pretty much zoned for. It's not, they changed it to the ride economic that they have on the road, the coaster they have there. Mm-hmm. So it's more for skinny people and shorter people, not for tall people.
Yeah.
But they zone Camp Snoopy more to actually kid friendly.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I'm not against that. I feel like there is a shift though within theme parks in general toward family coasters. It's not Vekoma. It might be, I don't remember. Is it S&S? No, it's not S&S either. But there's one coaster manufacturer that's really starting to like focus on family coasters. Maybe it is Vekoma. Because we still don't really know what the coaster that's going to be at Magic Mountain. Like we know it's going to be a thrill glider.
Glider, yeah, it's a similar thing.
So it's going to be like how Ninja is, but the cars are going to be kind of like Pony Express.
Cool.
Yeah, I know. It looks, dude. It looks uncomfortable.
Yeah,
have you seen the things for it, David?
So you can see the permit. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks uncomfortable. But I'm hoping that it's just like that's just the initial concept art, because I would hate to have to get shoved into something like that. Oh man, where is it? I gotta find it. Everything is.
That's like one of the permits they put up and people found it and they start posting online.
Yeah, it was this thing. This was the permit. So I mean, yeah, it's a big track.
Right.
But we don't know. This could be a family coaster, for all we know. I mean, a bigger version of a family coaster. But I mean, this doesn't necessarily have to go 65 miles an hour and have loops and stuff. It doesn't look like there's any kind of like helixes in here. I mean, this up here could be a horseshoe, maybe, but a horseshoe kind of does this thing instead, you know.
Right.
But I don't see. Maybe this is the lift hill here, because this is the station, right? I think that's because I think they have a. They've got. I can't really tell, but they've got a. Maybe I can tell with this one. No, that's even worse. I think. Oh yeah, actually, this. I think this is the queue. Boop 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 boop, and then this is the loading. So. But anyway, my point is, we don't. It's there's a lot more coaster manufacturers now that are kind of not just focusing on how can we maximize thrills with the least amount of effort. Like, let's put a loop and a top hat. We'll launch it twice. End it with a helix turn. Done. We can push. We can put 16 people on a train, and we can do 1,800 people each hour, kind of a thing. I think, and then you got your height restrictions, which you got to be 52 inches. Now that's going to be the only thing that kind of takes that thought away. Is I don't know if you can fit little kids in gliders. Because Pony Express is a hard 48 inches. Jensen, my youngest boy, he was 48 inches on the dot. He was riding Ghost Rider. He was riding Hang Time, that stuff. But they would not let him ride Pony Express. It was a trip. Yeah, it's a hard 48 inches. So, and I think it has to do with the backrest.
Oh, the backrest that moves out.
Because that's it's not a shoulder harness. Shoulder harness is a lot more safer. And the way that this coaster is going to be, it's going to be more like Pony Express with the backrest and the leg clamp kind of thing.
Yeah, he's supposed to on the glider. So yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So, I'm hoping it's nothing too crazy. I put in Magic Mountain. I'm getting a bunch of Disneyland stuff.
That sounds about right.
I know, right? Everybody wants to be Disney.
I think they see the success with the Harry Potter ride over in Florida. I forget what it's called. Hagrid's. They see the success of that on bikes. So it's more like a family. It's not too fast, not too scary. Doesn't do any loops.
Dude, I'm so excited for that. Right, we're going in September. We're going to Florida. I've never been.
I
didn't never think I was going to. And for our honeymoon this year, we were gonna go to Singapore and do Halloween Horror Nights over there at Universal. But then like that was kind of a thing. And then we were like, well, there's only like 4 houses. Like they're good, but like we kind of want to. We were seeing what's happening in Florida right now
with Epic Universe.
Epic Universe and Halloween Horror Nights at Florida is supposed to have 12 houses this year. So we're like, maybe we just do that, and we can save some money on the flights and the hotels, and maybe we spend, right now, Florida's doing it's like a 3-day 3-park thing, when Epic Universe opens, you can do 2 days at, a day at Universal, day at Islands of Adventure, and then a third day at Epic Universe. So we might just do that and go to Horror Nights the same day that we go to Universal Studios, and maybe even shoot a day at Disney World, since I don't know when I'll ever be back to Florida. But dude, I'm so excited for Hagrid's. So excited, dude.
Oh man!
Like I've heard nothing but good things about that ride. I wish that I was cool enough to go on Velocicoaster, because that ride keeps winning best coaster.
Katie, or not Katie?
Huh? Oh, am I? Oh man, I'm way behind on the comments, aren't I? Sorry.
I was going to talk about Hard Nights, but we'll get there. We'll get there. There's a few things that dropped that not a lot of people in your chat probably know, but there's a few things that dropped.
No, I've been seeing videos popping up. A Ghostbusters roller coaster coming. Is that something?
Ghostbusters coaster?
Yes, I've heard a Ghostbusters coaster's coming.
Yeah.
Wait, where? At Universal Florida?
Universal Florida.
Oh, snaps.
Yep. And the Halloween, since we're just jumping on this real quick, we'll just talk about it. Halloween Horror Nights, a lot of people are speculating it, and it's so great. You have the rumors that are House of 1,000 Corpses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Terrifier.
Mm-hmm.
And the one that I'm really, really hoping for, the Wyatt 6.
Dun, 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 dun,
there
dun.
it is.
Wow.
Right there.
Yep.
I'm for that.
I'm all for this. Like, I know a lot of people aren't going to know what it is, but I got to be honest with you. You don't really need to know what this is for this to be a badass house.
So what if in general they don't call it the Wyatt 6 house? They call it the Firefly Funhouse.
That's what I was gonna say. What did they just call it? Firefly Funhouse, dude?
That'll be amazing.
And they can let Bo Dallas, like, basically let him be one of the producers of the house, like they usually do. They're a lot, let him be one of the creative directors, because he knows all about the Firefly Funhouse and the Wyatt 6 and his brother's legacy and what his brother wanted and stuff. Dude, I think it's a great idea. I've seen a lot of people that are like, I don't know what this is. Why would I care about this? It's like, you don't have to, because honestly, I think the people that are unaware, this will be like the sleeper. This has potential to just be the sleeper house of the season.
Well, look at, if people did watch, I mean, I'm you guys already know I'm a huge wrestling fan, and when the Wyatt first came out and they were showing backstage, it looked like you're going through Halloween Horror Nights.
Dude, there's blood everywhere. Dead bodies all over the place. Fog.
It was crazy. I'm like, okay, awesome. Is John Murdy hinting at us that he's working with H?
And they still got the they still got the Performance Center there. So WWE is very close in Florida. It's not far.
Yeah.
Wyatt 6 don't show up on TV at all anymore. I know. So I don't know what they probably just
WWE used to be live in Florida back in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yep.
They used to be live there.
Dude, NXT was live at the Performance Center for a long time.
Yeah.
Until recently. Now they're on the road all the time too. But this, I mean, there's no reason why they couldn't have Bo Dallas in there creating this maze with them.
Yep.
And
I agree.
Florida's a park that has a lot more hits than misses. So if this is something that they were going to do, just like the Terrifier house, I don't think they'd miss.
Yeah. Okay, now I'll get you guys. I mean, I'm not a host here.
No.
I wanted to get
I'm a terrible host, so take it away, Dave.
No, I wanted to get you guys' take. There is some hot take right now regarding the use of cell phones, the use of recording devices inside the mazes. Now, just in my opinion in general, I feel like the first 2 days should be allowed to record. Should be a recording day. After that, no more. Because I feel like, I'll get you guys' opinion right now. But I feel like in general, it will bring back the aspect of Hard Nights. The aspect of going through a house. I'm like, oh man, this is crazy. And that's just my thing. What about you guys?
Go ahead, Crash.
I think with the toxicity of a lot of people doing stuff in IRL chats for views. And they get that one guy who went to Universal to cause problems. They got kicked out. And a lot of these big streamers, FuziTube, he went to Knott's, he got kicked. Universal, he tried to get kicked by taunting characters and cast members. That's given a bad name for streamers.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that right there, people are getting fed up with cameras. If people walk in with bright lights and a dark camera and a dark maze, like, what are you doing? But I think maybe a week, because if the thing lasts for 2 months, maybe a week. It's like spoilers for a movie. You can't give spoilers for a movie for at least 2 weeks. Give people enough time to go watch it, and then that's it. But people take advantage, and they try to do as much as they can to get away with it. And people they follow the trend. Oh, he did it, I'm gonna do this.
Yep.
But yeah, no, you're not wrong with that. I think cameras should be limited for certain events like that. Yeah.
And I think a big another thing too, with people just bringing in their phones, especially with the rise of TikTok and short form videos, is people go into these mazes with their phone out at the ready, looking for things that are wrong. Looking for things that they can point out and say, what is wrong with this? What happened here? Oh, there's no gorilla. There's all these scare actors are all gone, and they're looking for ways to really put the event down. And it, like you said, David, it kind of takes the magic away. And I agree, there should be. And look, when it all comes down to it, the first week is usually when it's the strong. Well, second week is probably when it's the strongest.
Yes.
They've worked out all the bugs from the first week, and the second week they're at full strength. They haven't started, the cast members haven't started dropping like flies. They haven't started quitting and whatnot. So usually everything's fully staffed and everything's great. So yeah, give it a week, maybe 2. After that, you're done. What else are you going to get other than things that are wrong with the house? Things that you notice that are different. That, oh, well, I went week 2, especially because you have these guys, these streamers that have passes that go all the time. Mm-hmm. So I have no problem with them live streaming outside of the mazes. Fine. Walk around with your camera out, whatever. Once you get in the maze, turn it off. There's too many people there. It's like, I don't know if you guys saw the video with Andrew last year where he was talking about the dude just shoving everybody through, because he saw Andrew with the camera and just assumed he was a guy that just wanted to stand in every room and just get scare after scare after scare, which is not Andrew's thing at all. And I rarely have my camera on when I go through the mazes. I did it last year at Knott's just so that I have my own personal POV. But I don't really like to do it because I like to be involved in it. And I think you have the media night and you give people a couple of weeks to get the content and get it out there. What else do you need? Do you need to post you walking through the same exact house for views? I don't know. I think the content it starts to get watered down at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Maybe they can this footage can be treated like gold. And then if you want to use it on your page, maybe you get permission from the guy that actually shot it. It's not that hard to get other people's stuff now. Most of the time I just ask people and they're like, yeah, sure, just make sure you give me credit, like obviously. Well,
I think that one time I asked you for a video, I posted it, somebody used it, and they got like all kinds of like thousands of views. Dude. And they used Knott's Berry Farm tagging. It was like, okay, I'm sorry.
My old band, we used to get people from Russia, Ukraine, Poland, and like parts of Eastern Germany. They used to take our music videos from YouTube, or take our music and then put them on like fight compilations and stuff. So we were getting like flags, and we're like, what are you talking about? We didn't do this. And then we would go to the video and it's like, oh, it's somebody that's using the music. So they see that it's so I almost lost my BMI license, and I was just like, oh my gosh. But you can't control that. You know what I mean? No. Like once it's out there, like I said, it's really easy to take other people's stuff. But I think, David, I think you're onto something. I think it should definitely be regulated a little bit more after, maybe a week or 2.
Yeah.
Dunsky.
I think if streamers are more theme park etiquette, it wouldn't be an issue. But you have too many people who are, like you said, are live streaming and saying, tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen. Let's get those likes. It's like, dude, shut up. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Hush.
And it takes it out for everybody else, too.
If you're
behind somebody, you don't want to
look who it is.
Oh, Alan, you son of a bee. We got
Happy
you. We
New
got
Year,
you in the
dude.
lineup next, dude. You'll be on here next.
See,
Maybe we
that's
go
the
back to the
guy
batting cages.
who actually taught me about Knott's Berry Farm. Now, I used to go to Knott's Berry Farm. It was rare I went to Knott's. I always went to Knott's Berry Farm. And then when I started vlogging, I used to be at Disney all the time. I would always vlog at Disney. And when I started vlogging at Knott's, I ran into him, and he showed me the uniqueness of meal plans, drink plans. Each restaurant has a different take. If you want your burger fried, grilled, barbecued, I didn't know all that. I didn't know each restaurant had a different spot how they cook their food. I never knew that. I thought it was like the same. Like, I didn't really pay attention to that stuff. But this is a guy who taught me and showed me a lot of ins and outs on Knott's Berry Farm, and I appreciate and I owe a lot of my Knott stuff to this guy, because this guy showed me a lot. Like, I used to hang out with him all the time. Now he's more of an Angels guy. I'm a Yankee guy, but he's more of a stadium baseball guy, which is cool. Nothing wrong with that.
He showed his true colors. Thank you, Alan.
You need to come back to Knott's. I did see your new video, though, the top 3 places that he liked. So Knott's has some really good places, so that's very true.
And if you don't follow him, you guys, everybody else that's watching this, Adventures of an Average Dad, his videos are they're a lot of fun. The dude is a ball of energy. Oh yeah!
There you go.
Yep, he's a ball of energy. He's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
So we got on a side tangent.
I know.
With the Horror Night stuff, but I do that all the time. But
one last thing about Horror Nights. One thing they don't need to bring back to Horror Nights is the Chucky show. That's got to go. If you're not going to bring back, if you're not going to bring back 90s Chucky, don't bring him back at all. Don't even. I don't know what that was, but don't bring him back.
Never again. Chucky's either got to be rated R or not at all.
Yeah, he's got to be the 90s Chucky who they used to have before.
Yes.
Or don't bring him. Don't bring him at all.
It was what was it? Chucky's Insult Emporium or something?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's over by where what's his name? The rabbit, the Secret Life of Pets rabbit, Snowball.
Yeah.
Over there. That's I don't know why they don't do that. Like,
didn't they also have him at the entrance? So when you first walked in, he was right there.
Did they? That might have been before my time.
Pretty
Is that
sure
when they had the go-go
did.
dancers?
Yes.
Oh, that's when they moved them. Yeah, they got popular.
Yes.
But then he became too offensive.
Yeah.
People are like, "Oh my God, we're coming in and Chucky's telling us to go suck his wee whatever else." He's like, "No." You're walking in, your kid's like, "Wow, Mom, look at that!" And then Chucky's like, "Oh, saying all kinds of like perverted things." You're like, "Wait a minute."
It was bad.
Yeah, wait a minute. Maybe we shouldn't have him at the entrance. Maybe we should like put him away. And then now they have him in the talk shows. It's like, no.
That was bad.
Yeah, but I agree though. Put him back in the Secret Life of Pets area right there. That's beautiful. That's a perfect area for him.
And take his handcuffs off. Give him a little bit more free reign. He was. I mean, obviously this was a scripted show, but give the guy a little more free reign.
Absolutely.
All right. Go
Quentin?
back. There you go. I'll let you go.
We're not gonna after week 2, Quentin. No more. We're gonna start a movement after week 2. No more filming. That includes you, buddy. Okay. All right. Okay. But I remember. Was it David? I think it was. Well, it was both of you guys actually saying that Knott's was actually going to put more live feeds.
Yes.
In their park.
There is.
Yeah.
So it's still open. Oh, they're closing. Close at 8 tonight. I forgot it's Friday.
That is Friday, yeah.
I love, like, honestly, like, it's weird. I love to just, I'll sit here sometimes and have this on at work.
Really?
And dude, yeah, I'm weird like that. I like to just watch from afar, be a fly on the wall, and just take it in. This is like one of my favorite things on this website are the live cameras.
It's nice. It's pretty cool.
No, I know that they tested the other 2 cameras. I don't know where they're at, but they're telling me the other 2 cameras they had up, people watch them like religiously. Like they watch the Knott's cameras to see, oh look, what's wrong? You have this. You have a trash can tipped over. You have someone over here doing this. So they get a lot of response from people who are watching the cameras and sending in reports and telling the Knott's people, hey, did you see this? at this certain time, this happened, and it's like, what? It's like, really? Like, I never knew that.
Look
What's
at how
weird is
cool.
that okay? So there's one camera placement that's right in front of the Calico Mine stage,
Okay.
sitting like right there, and I'm like,
Facing the stage?
why? You can't tell.
Oh.
It's just this big old giant oval, like
Oh, okay,
oval
like a
thing.
security camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just feel like right there is not a good place. I mean, maybe at the most part because they've had people that done bad things around the area, but I feel like it needs to be more near Silver Bullet.
Yes.
So
Agreed.
if it's right there, I agree, but not right in that weird space. Like Calico, what are you gonna watch people while they eat? Like so weird.
Yeah. And they're not
But
going to
it's
be able
like
to watch the show because there's no
yeah,
audio on these.
and it's not even like incognito. It's just right there in your face.
Really?
Yeah,
never
you'll
even
see it. It's
noticed
just this giant little thing like looks like this, and it has like a little oval thing on there. Like yeah, it's really odd.
Huh.
I think Disney has their camera outside because you can see the Matterhorn. Disney has two
Oh.
light
Yeah,
cameras.
that Matterhorn cam on the hotel.
Yeah.
David,
Oh,
I
yeah,
grassed you. There you are. Let me do this.
Oh
'cause I
wait, sorry. Night, Alan.
Yeah. Good night, Alan. All right, we'll go to there now. That was
Yes,
weird.
there's at least we get some kind of updates with Knott's Berry Farm. You know, that's good to see some. You know that they're putting the cameras out there. I just wish they were put in a better spot.
Yeah, I would like cameras in like every land.
Yeah,
Like ultimately, I think that would be really cool.
Well, I think not. I think Camp
especially,
Snoopy will be too dark.
huh?
I think Camp Snoopy will be too dark for a camera at night for people to watch.
Infrared camera or a night
There's
vision
so many
camera.
trees.
Yeah. Something, I don't know.
Like one by accelerator, looking down boardwalk, we see hang time and everything else. That crowd with the lights, that'd be perfect view right there.
Yes,
Dude,
especially during Scary Farm.
Oh.
There's a lot of things that should not have been done there, and it's not good.
See, that goes back to people trying to do extreme stuff just to get reactions and video footage on camera.
Yeah,
Right.
So, which is kind of a bummer. People take it to the extreme.
Well, okay, I was with Harmony one day, and I was literally standing there. I mean, I didn't have my camera. I wanted to just enjoy the ambiance, exactly right there. And we were watching everyone go by. We're like, hey, look, there's like a wave of people. But
Thank
then
you,
I see
Fifi.
an actress that was kind of like muted in general because that's her character, and she was making a beeline toward past us, and I was like, wait, why is she walking really fast? And there was 5 teenage boys that was chasing after her, and I was scared. I was scared for her, and I guess I got someone involved. They went over and they're like, well, the boys left, but if you see them again, let us know. We'll kick them out. But yeah, stuff like that in general, we need a better camera system in place near that area.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That's scary, man. That's scary that stuff like that still kind of goes on.
Yeah, that scared me.
Oh. Ugh. I love camera facing Snoopy Waterfall.
Just seeing the stuff would be kind of cool. But did they add? It was 2 or 3 cameras that they added up. I don't remember. They just mentioned
I feel like there's 2.
There's 2.
Yeah.
From what I saw.
Okay.
I don't know why my balloons kept going off.
You got. I don't have balloons. Yeah, balloons. No. Yeah, balloons. No. Oh, there's your balloons.
I think it's kind of cool. Does Six Flags have cameras in their park?
Like not live feed cameras. Oh. That's actually a park that would benefit from live feed cameras too, because, if they ever got Superman working again, that would be really fun to watch, like at night.
The camera in the Disneyland area where all the characters are at.
Yeah, definitely during the heroes and villains nights. Did you guys do that this year or last year?
No.
I did not. No.
Man, it was fun. So we know that every park has like its strengths and its weaknesses. Six Flags, its weakness is, it's food probably, but its strengths is the actors that go out there. I love all of the actor interactions that I've ever had at that park in any season. If you guys get a chance, go to Spring Break this year. Did you go? I'm assuming you went to Spring Break last year.
No, I didn't go.
No.
No.
That's like, it's fun because it's not crazy crowded. It's a little event, but they have a lot of the Fright Fest scare actors there, and dude, they're all so good. Like, not only are they great sliders, like they're good on their toes, man. They're so witty.
Oh, wow.
Like I'm super jealous about
Well, I think Knott's and Six Flags have the best interactions. Universal, they're not allowed to interact with people. That's like one of the things they can do. They can interact.
Well, I mean,
they can interact, not like interact like how you do at Knott's and Six Flags. They can't be that interactive.
And really personalize it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it revolves around the people in general. There are certain things out there where Universal doesn't really want to get their hands dirty on it, and like, I don't know about this, because people get kind of weird.
It's true, and then you'll start getting people that like start following characters around because they talk to them for a little too long, and people that show up all the time, and I've seen
one
that.
Disney character who got off the parade for a bit, and then everybody did that whole thing to bring him back, and then the petition to bring him back, and now he's back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Tally the Elf. I love that content. Yeah. That's fun.
He went away because people found out who he was, his personal, his social
that was
media.
terrible.
Yeah, that's kind of horrible.
It's it comes back to like, we can't have nice things.
Nope.
Why can't we just have nice things?
Right. And then fun times to answer your question about the People Mover. That's not going to come back because it's going to cost a lot of money for them to fix that whole section in Tomorrowland.
Yeah. They're at a spot now to where it doesn't matter what they do with that ride. It's going to cost a lot, because the only way I see them taking that ride out is if they just bite the bullet and say, okay, we're shutting down Tomorrowland and we're redoing it, like they've been saying they were going to do for a while. There's been rumors going around.
They could have done that during COVID.
I don't know why they didn't. That was the perfect opportunity to do it. They had over a year.
You know, that People Mover itself, that track got damaged because of the rover. That's crazy. Just a simple attraction, they wanted to make it better, and it damaged the entire railway system. Like, oh, come on.
Yep. Yeah, and it's been a kick in the pants ever since. And that was a great ride. I only rode that the one time when DCA was just a parking lot. That was the only time I got to ride the People Mover, and I loved the People Mover.
Yeah. Were you on People Mover, or were you on the racers that they had?
No, it was before the racers. It was the People Mover.
Yes.
Okay. I did both.
Yep. That's a ride that either fix it or take it out.
Yeah.
Because it's sad to see it there, just growing weeds. And I know that a lot of it too, because it goes through a lot of buildings and stuff.
Yes, it did.
But
it did, yeah.
I don't know, man. But okay, so where are we here? I think we covered a lot tonight.
We're pretty much everywhere.
We did a lot. I know, we were all over the place. Really had no rhyme or reason. I liked it though. Got a lot of talked about Montezuma, talked about Six Flags, talked about Universal. We didn't talk really about Universal and all the changes that it's going to be undergoing in the next.
Now, I know I always ask you this in your videos. When Fast and the Furious comes out, do you think that the one on the tram is going to go away, or are they going to? They'll keep it? It'd be like too much Fast and the Furious.
There's no way they keep that. People don't like it now. If it went away now, people would applaud.
Where do they go put it?
I don't think that's a hot take.
Well, I think it was Peter that mentioned this, or someone else mentioned this. Let's make a Back to the Future attraction.
There you go. And that's,
oh my goodness,
that's how you end the tram tour, right? That's how you end the tram tour. That would get standing ovation.
Yeah,
and you can still use kind of the same tech. If you want to do the 360 screens, fine.
That's right. Because
It's
you're
okay,
flying in the
move.
car. Yeah.
Go 88 miles an hour.
Boo, yeah, right, dude. That's an idea. I like that, man.
Okay,
Now,
so talking about Doc, I had such a fun interaction with him the last time I went to Grinchmas, and it was amazing. I think in my opinion, it was gold content. That's just in
Yeah,
my opinion.
he's good,
I
man.
I went in there and I had a notion I wanted to meet him, and it was so funny because I wasn't stalking him. I was like, I want to meet him. If I don't, it's fine, whatever, right? Finally got to meet him, and I'm like, Doc, I did something wrong. I borrowed your DeLorean. And he like went on this whole rant of like, did you put it back? And I'm like, yeah, but unfortunately I went back. I went 89 miles an hour. And he goes, 89? He goes, that seems okay. And I was like, I told him about the Grinchmas stuff. And he goes, oh yeah, this thing over here. This, he goes, and then he went through this whole tangent with me. And I was like, I'm for this. This is
Yeah,
amazing. And then he goes,
he's
wait, wait,
good.
wait, wait, wait. So dude, where'd you go in time? I said, no, I went time and space. And this is where it gets funny. He's like, no, 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 no. I think you're talking about Doctor Who. I'm Doc Brown. And I'm like, no, no, no. I just finished telling you I went 89. He goes, great Scott. Oh, I need to do some calculations. I gotta go. And then he darts off. The girl behind me started laughing. It was gold.
That's awesome.
the
That was
Good
interactions
funny.
stuff.
are really good. I like them.
Now I know you brought some. This is what do you call it? A segue into what we were talking about before.
Hmm.
The bye bye possible to Springfield.
Well, yeah, and I think it is going to go away.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
with if nothing else, because Disney, they're going to do it despite Universal. They will. I don't think they'll give them a chance to even renew the lease, because I think after Epic Universe opens, Universal's
They're
going to
gonna be
kind of
mad
take
at
the upper
Twitter.
hand as
Yeah.
far as like resorts go. What goes in place there is your guess is as good as mine. What I would like is I would like for that to be like the center for the Universal monsters. I don't know how that I don't know how that
Oh,
segues from Fast and Furious.
I got something for you.
Oh, you got a little something?
I got something for you. I don't know it, but I've been talking about it with Sandra, and it
Mhm.
revolves around exactly. Oh, there you go. What you said. Universal monsters, right?
Yeah,
It's the sets and the stages. And you have Fast and Furious. Why
Mhm.
not have Hollywood Land?
that's not a bad idea, man.
I'm
I
just
mean,
saying.
I one of the guys I follow on X, his name's Universal High. I don't know if you follow him or not.
Yes,
He's there like every day. He's awesome. He's like it's gold
he's like
gold plus.
Kenya.
Yeah, exactly. But he said, I think it was him. He said it was like a hot take, like what's a hot take about theme parks that you have? And he said, I think that only the Universal and Hollywood should be called Universal Studios. Everything else should be Universal and its location. Universal
Yeah,
Florida, Universal Japan, Universal China, whatever. And I was like, yeah, actually that makes sense because we're the only working studio.
yep.
Like Hollywood is the only one with the actual working studios. And I think and we're the only park that has an actual studio tour. Why
Mhm.
not lean into that? So you're right, a Hollywood Land, and it's like at the end of the upper lot, so you walk right into it. You know, a whole thing like that. That actually would be dope.
And you go into a studio tour.
Boom.
See?
See how it works?
And then you have Universal Monsters. See, it's a lot of things on there that'd be so great. And again, you bring back, Back to the Future.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah, I think
everything revolves perfectly around it.
yeah, it really needs to kind of it should lean in a little bit more into its history because
Yeah.
it's sort of brushed it away. I don't know if you guys ever did the monsters, the house that they had.
Yes.
Dude,
Scared me half to death.
Yeah, I love even when it was like Van Helsing, it was pretty cool. But when it was
Oh, that was
Universal
awesome.
Monsters, I loved that house. That
You
was
remember
such a
that
cool
little part
walkthrough.
with his little minions?
Yeah.
And
Oh.
I think
Dude.
I lost my soul. You remember that giant? Was it that giant opening
in the
as
where
a
the
kid
two,
and you?
The
Which
two-story
one?
room?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
That was that and I remember the first time I went through it, there's the room where the Wolfman is in there. And where you walk across a bridge and it's kind of dark, whatever. You're supposed to be outside in the woods. Dude, I didn't know. I was walking across and I was looking for like an animatronic or something. I was like, I don't see anything here. Dude, this guy just busts out from behind a tree, jumps on the bridge, and just gives this big slash, I fell.
Yes.
I'm in my mid-20s. So, I'm in my alpha stages. And dude, I fell down. He scared the crap out of me. And I applauded. I was like, that was the most amazing thing I had ever seen. I will, to this day, I'll never forget that.
Peak Universal right there.
Yeah, seriously. They're in the memory making business, as they should be.
Yeah. See, and the funny thing is, I'm pretty sure my wife's watching this right now.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one that got me into going to Universal Studios Horror Nights.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, fine, let's do it. I think it's 2013. I've been actually going to Halloween Horror Nights. Okay. And it was during, one of them was during the AVP. And at the very end, there's a giant queen that comes get you.
Yeah.
That's right.
When that happened, I'm telling you, I went into a fetal position. The actors around me started laughing. People behind the curtain were laughing at me. The guy behind me was cracking up. And yeah, my wife's probably like, yep, I'm dating this guy. Or I'm married to this guy now.
that was when she decided. She's like, yeah, I want to spend the rest of my life with this guy.
That's funny.
But that was when they got stuck with me anyways.
That was when they really started introducing like the real big animatronics. They weren't really doing that before then. But I remember that, and I was like, they need to do more of this all the time. Yeah. Because that was, what was it, like a 16-foot alien or something?
Yeah.
And it
would tower over your head.
Yeah.
That was awesome. It was funny because like it was like a walls and the wall drops. So the wall drops and here comes the queen. Oh, nope.
Yep.
I went into full mode.
That's fight or flight. Hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, man.
Gotta protect the cranium.
Question. So since Epic Universe is coming out this year, do you think Universal Studios here will up their game to compete because they're doing so good over there? And people will be like, oh, that one's better than this one now? Because everyone always says the one here is always better than over there.
So, I mean, if you walk around the park, you can see, even City Walk, like there's so many moving parts. Like even just today, they have a whole section of the Woody Woodpecker parking lot is all walled off now for construction. So,
was it a hotel coming to that direction?
There's supposed to be a big hotel, like a big resort hotel coming right in the front.
Right.
So they're going to move those security checkpoints to, I believe, the entrances of City Walk. There's supposed to be another hotel, like more of a budget hotel, where the iFly used to be, that just shut down.
Okay.
So you've got those. There's a bunch of shops closing down. I'm sure they'll be replaced by more shops, which is fine. That is what it is. They've got what I call the Hillside Mystery Project, which might be the new onloading location for the tram, the studio tour, because that's where it originally was. And if that's the case, then that means where the tram is now, where the studio tour is now, that's going to be a whole new land. And from what I'm hearing, and this is all speculation, take this with a grain of salt, the main reason why they built all those new sound stages back there in the back, like by Barham over there, is because they want to move the production, the front lot production, back there and expand the park, the lower lot, back where those sound stages are. Now, you can't go crazy far back because the main studio entrance is right there from Lancashire. So you can't go all the way back to where the Cahuenga is, where the LA River is. But they can expand the park back far enough to where you can add a lot. I mean, that's very, very ambitious. And
do you think they'll bring Donkey Kong?
They should
take away that Jurassic Park fun play and utilize that little section there?
They should. I don't see why they wouldn't. I mean, that's because they the Jurassic Park the thing there can go away. I don't think they even use it anymore.
Yeah. Well, what about this? And oh man, I'm gonna get so much people. David, how dare you?
Hey, listen up, everyone.
What if they take down Transformers?
How dare you?
Because how big it actually is, you
Big.
can make that into a Donkey Kong land.
Yeah.
That whole entire space now, they can move that little that opening and move it up front now. And then that'll be exactly. And then now again, here's the thing. You can start moving it forward because you can have that into Donkey Kong Land. You move it forward even more. Again, I know, it's coming. The Mummy attraction, you can take that one down and make it into Yoshi's attraction.
Oh, so you just want Super Mario down in the
Mario
lower.
Road right there.
I mean, space-wise, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, look, they've got so they're not gonna touch Soundstage 12. The original one where they did the Universal Monsters.
Yeah.
They're not gonna touch that. But I don't think they're gonna use it for anything else either. They're repainting it and stuff, but I mean that thing is so big. Just the cost to keep it cool during during filming is enormous. So I think that's more museum-y than anything. But they've got all those other stages that surround Super Nintendo World right now. There's one literally butted up against the eastern side of Super Nintendo World.
Yes.
That I thought would be a really good Donkey Kong World. You can take that soundstage out, and then you can keep Transformers there. You take that soundstage out. There's two more behind that one, and you can make that whole corner. So you walk into the drain pipe. There you go. You've got Donkey Kong, Yoshi, maybe Legend of Zelda if they ever get get on the ball there. It's just the Universal or the Super Nintendo All Stars. See, dude, they're coming for you, David. She said, "Not the mummy, not the mummy."
Well, the Mummy ride, they do need to revamp it because the projections don't work sometimes, and a lot of the original stuff in the ride isn't there. Everything's faded, and the sync of it is sometimes off. I think a lot of complaints
because it's a really good ride.
It is. They're not keeping it up. It's like one of the rides that they're not refurbishing. It needs to be refurbished.
And that's the other thing is that ride never shuts down for refurbishment either.
No, it doesn't. They need to fix
Transformers. Transformers never down for refurbishment either. That's something that Universal doesn't really do. They will with Jurassic Park, but that's the only ride that I remember in any kind of recent years that has just undergone any kind of where it's going to be down from this time. And Waterworld, the show, but that's because they don't want to have the freaking actors swimming around in water when it's 52 degrees outside.
Yeah.
I don't blame them for that, but there's a lot of and then there's if you guys one of my buddies his name is his channel is Cow Missing, and he had a video, I want to say it was June of last year, where he kind of outlined what he thinks the Universal expansion is going to entail. And he basically, he kind of said the stuff that I did, but his focus was more on the studio tour area and that whole area back there behind, because apparently from what I heard, they want to make that Diagon Alley. So they want to expand Hogsmeade and make that whole Harry Potter land down there. I'm not opposed to that. Again, I'll find out in September how cool Diagon Alley is. I've never been there, but I've heard it's awesome. I've heard it's.
We got to get a nice reel of you just doing this, and then going. You got to do it, or get a wand.
I do have a wand. Kinley has a wand. I got her a wand when Harry Potter World first opened up.
You got to swipe up perfectly enough and go haja, and then wait for it to go.
Kia.
Well, Harry Potter is a big property, so people love Harry Potter.
It's true.
People really do like that, right? Yeah.
Big moneymaker for them.
They can. Okay. Now I get the wheels lubricated now.
This is what the live stream was originally supposed to be. was let's fantasy book a park and see what we like.
So, okay, so let's say we go down, right? We're going down. It looks like the elevator from, the escalator. It's a escalator going down
Mhm.
to like a train yard. Well,
Yeah,
you can make that into Diagon Alley. Like it's another part of the land.
there you go.
And it's like you're going from the Hogwarts Express
Mhm.
part, and you're coming out into Diagon Alley.
Yep.
Like it's a
That's
whole nother thing.
yeah. I mean, there's that would be so cool. That would be super cool.
Yeah,
Now
I
I
think
don't.
you got. Pretty sure you got something else. You got something there. You really do have something there because there's enough space for that, and
100%.
enough of it to land in general. So if you look to your right, there's Hogsmeade.
Yep. Up on a
I get
mountain.
it.
Up in the
And
mountains,
yeah. So I mean, you'd have to dress up the back part of it now, but that's not that hard. That's facade work. That's not that big of a
Yeah.
deal. Yeah, no, that would be freaking cool.
See, with theme parks growing, Disney has space to grow. Universal has space to grow.
Yep.
Knott's is the only park that doesn't have space to grow.
Well,
They're pretty much stuck unless they utilize the parking lots. But they're pretty much got to build within their areas.
which kind of, I mean, yeah, Knott's is landlocked in a sense that they've got. Well, on Western, there's people. They're across the street from a neighborhood. So,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is ironic because that's where Hang Time and Accelerator are, the two loudest rides they have in the park. But I mean, they've got the northern lot. They can always expand to the northern lot.
Yeah.
I always thought they should put a tiered parking structure next to the hotel, and
Yes.
and use the northern lot for something else. Maybe another. I don't know, something that's not gonna create like a lot of sound because there's people there. I think it's a retirement home.
Yes.
Crescent.
That's
there.
why they couldn't do the G coaster there because of that whole thing.
It was that one.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean that makes sense because those coasters are loud.
Yeah.
Um,
We're not allowed to say the G word, so sorry guys.
no, we can't say what the G word is.
yeah.
Yeah,
I did ask him that question. Is that coming? He said no.
Yeah, no, I the only way that they can make that happen is if they finally break down and say, okay, we're going to build a parking structure in the main lot in the back, and we're going to open up this whole area here. But even then, I don't know if they can because from across from La Palma, there's houses there too.
Yeah.
So I really
think
houses
they can get away with. The houses they can.
The
senior home they can't.
Yeah, that's
Unfortunately.
true.
Yeah.
I had a guy tell me a couple years ago that they were actually going to move Camp Snoopy over to that corner because Camp Snoopy isn't super loud. Like it
I
doesn't
wouldn't
have
mind
big,
that.
loud roller coaster. And I was like, kind of on board with that. And then they just revamped Camp Snoopy and left it where it is. And I was like, well, that kind of stinks. I mean, it's when you think about it, if you were going to do that, that's really not that hard. That's all flat rides.
Yeah.
You know, maybe take them 2 months to move
Just
everything.
just make a drawbridge over, like 2 or 3 drawbridges over. There you go.
There you go. Done. it's true. You know, it's and then you've got that corner there. But so what do you guys think of this? I don't know if you ever went to, have you guys been to what is it called now? Discovery Kingdom, Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. It's up in Vallejo.
Oh.
Okay, so
No, I don't think so.
it's a Six Flags property now, so it's Magic Mountain to the north. But it used to be a park called Marine World Africa USA. Now it was like a zoo, but it had like all kinds of African tigers and lions and all kinds of like how the safari park is down in Temecula.
Okay.
What? And then they started bringing in rides and stuff, and it became like a SeaWorld type of place.
Mm.
What if Knott's finally said, to heck with what we're doing with this lagoon area now. Let's make this either like a zoo or an aquarium and kind of extend that part of the park. Not necessarily make it another, like a third gate per se. But I always thought it would be really cool if you have the parking lot, you have a parking structure in the back where butted up against Stanton there. You know, back in that corner, you can make a 5-story parking lot there, and it'll house the same amount of cars that I put a lot of thought into this. It'll house the same amount of cars that the main lot can house now. So
Yeah.
if you put the structure there, and you can have that land, you can have that whole parking lot for a land, but you can also have the lagoon for some sort of either an aquarium or a zoo, or something different, something that Disneyland's not going to offer you. You know, it's something outside the box.
But wasn't there a zoo there before, like a petting zoo?
So it was
years ago with a tram, I think it was.
It was a petting zoo, and then it turned into like some weird like wooden creature island.
Yeah.
And then they shut it down. But I think that place is like prime for something like that.
Yeah. Well, the parking lot was a whole lake.
Oh, was it? The parking lot was?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a lake.
Yeah.
See,
that's a parking
lot. I know
lot.
it's something like that. Yeah, I know it just passed by. It's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And it's weird because down the street, like a block away, you have that Adventureland.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is like
Adventure City.
Adventure City.
Adventure City, yeah. Which no one talks about. It's just hidden.
I've never been there. It's only open on weekends.
Yeah, they don't like it's more for kids. Like it's really geared towards kids. So yeah, if adult wants to go in there, it's like
they're getting bored real fast. and get a lot of dirty looks. It's, you don't plan on leaving with a kid, do you?
It's like Legoland. Legoland, if you're an adult, you can't go in by yourself. You have to have an adult with you or a kid with you.
Or a kid with you.
To go into Legoland, yeah.
I love
Legoland. They kind of accepted what they are.
Yeah.
They're not going to be anything more than like a family park, which that's fine. They don't need to be.
Yeah.
They've got SeaWorld down there.
Was it? I forgot. I don't know if it was one of you guys that said it, but it's so true. Like, someone actually mentioned it. They're like, "Oh, well, why don't you add another crazy roller coaster?" Like, no, because that's not the way Knott's Berry Farm is geared. Because they were thinking about making another roller coaster inside of Knott's Berry Farm, and someone actually mentioned that. They're like, that's not that's not Walt's ideology. That's not the whole Knott's Berry Farm is not geared towards that.
Right.
More of a family.
Yeah, and it should stay. It should stay that way. That's why I'm okay with them not getting the G coaster.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily, as much as I would love it. I mean, I would love something giant there. It doesn't need it.
What do you think the announcement will be?
I'm hoping an expansion of Calico.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love for them.
Ghost Town Live was going to expand, but they didn't say to what direction. But they did say Ghost Town Live was going to expand this year. But they wouldn't say where. I was with the train, with more out, the saloons, and that's it.
They've got the gold mine trail right there. I mean, that place is still technically Calico. When they open it up, they've got it decorated to be Calico.
They have the Calico bakery, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they don't just and then you can add it. You can add another ride in there. Do you think they'd open up
that backside where they had like all the Christmas stuff at for Ghost Town Live?
That's the gold mine trail, and they opened it up for Boysenberry Festival too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And not for summer. But open that bad boy up, man, and put some stuff back there. Don't have the vendors and stuff too. But the big thing was I think that's where they initially wanted to put the coaster entrance was back in that area.
That's right.
But I really think Knott's needs to, if they're not going to lean into Snoopy and the Peanuts gang, then maybe they should lean into being an old Western park.
Yeah.
Now, the park was built on Calico. The whole thing. Calico is what Knott's Berry Farm is about. So if you really want to lean into to Walt's legacy, yeah, man, expand what it's good at.
Yeah.
Make Calico even bigger. And I would even, so here again, this is me fantasy booking. They've got the it's like a training warehouse back there. I think it's like a costume warehouse back there and a lot of storage. Prime real estate for more dark rides. Move that stuff to either the Western lot. You can build buildings in the Western lot, or what I think, La Palma. because they got the stables and stuff over there anyway. So you
Yeah.
can put your training, your warehouse stuff, put it over there.
Yeah.
You got all that area back there, because that's what I meant when you were saying earlier, Crash, that Knott's is landlocked, can't really go anywhere.
Yeah.
It can, and Knott's is only using 30% of the land that it owns. You know, the rest I feel like it's being kind of mismanaged. Maybe there's a reason for it. I just don't know. I'll have to ask. I've never really dug deep into it, but I always thought it was a good idea to really expand Calico. And if you're not going to add giant coasters, add dark rides. Make more dark rides. There's two dark rides. You know, the mine cart and the berry tails.
Berry tails.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Berry tails needs to be upgraded. I don't know what they need.
As much as I love the berry tails, they need
go.
a revamped look of Kingdom of the
The outside is
Dinosaurs.
nice. The outside of Berry tails is nice. The queue is nice. But just the ride, it's just, I don't know.
They got to lose the screens.
Wait. We got to get you, Crash, and we got to get you, Josh. We got to get you guys inside the queue of the berry tails and stand in there for maybe 5 minutes. It is the weirdest thing ever, because they need to fix that. I sit in there and I record in there, and I'm like, what is happening?
It's a crazy,
and it loops odd. Like you have that track, then it loops in, and it's half the track, and you're like, wait, what just happened? It's so really odd.
There's a reason why they actually do that, because I guess it's the reason why car blinkers don't go perfectly in rhythm. It's always got to be kind of off. So if your brain, if it detects repetitiveness, it'll subconsciously it subconsciously starts to pick up on it and like fall asleep or shut down. It's some sort of weird like psychosomatic thing that I learned years and years and years ago. So like, because and that like that soundtrack inside the factory is like panic inducing. It's chaos inside that queue.
Especially the MS DOS loading screen up there too.
I've never seen that. Is that something? I haven't ridden that ride in over a year. So, but really? I'll only ride it if the line's not inside that factory.
Oh no, that line's not factory. That's a 2 hour wait.
Have you seen the state of that ride? It is bad.
Oh, dude, every other time I go, it's shut down.
It is. It's like one of the rides that's broken down.
At what
point
do
they just don't work? The screens don't work. I went inside one time to just ride it. I don't know if it was with me and my daughter, and it was really odd. The screens didn't work, but the sound was working. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the dark ride.
Dudes were coming out with meat cleavers and swinging them at you. Like, what is this?
It was weird.
Yeah, no, they need to lose the screens. They need to lose the interactivity of it. I understand why they thought it would be a cool idea. It is a cool idea. They obviously don't want to put in the work to keep it up. Yeah. So just lose the screens, bring back in the old animatronic type feel, make it a classic dark ride, call it a day.
It is time to go back in time.
Oh,
seriously, dude. We need to.
They need to utilize that theater too. The theater needs to be utilized more.
Dude, I've been screaming that to the heavens. Them not using that theater in the summertime is, dude, that's criminal. Like, and it's not like they're just, we don't want to turn it on because they use it for like every once in a while they'll have like band competitions and stuff in there.
Yeah, cheerleading things and stuff like that. Yeah.
They need a show in that theater all summer long.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
See, okay, they had a tribute to the Boysen, the little berry that started it all.
Yeah.
They had a tribute to Charles M. Schulz.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm talking about every single event. There's always something at the town hall.
Mm-hmm.
The town hall last year for the Boysenberry Festival was desolate, like dystopia land.
Yeah,
it was really weird. Like just being there, sitting there, you're like, what is going on?
Yeah, there's like 6 benches.
Yeah, and it was just weird. Like I don't know. I use that word a lot, but it is. if you go move it over to the Walter Knott Theater and you have that whole spectacle, the whole smell of the boysenberry while you're watching on TV and while you're looking at certain things, it'll be great. Put little stanchions up that say, "Hey, look, check this out. Check this out." That'd be
Yeah,
Yeah.
great. Something.
I agree. It should. Yeah. There's a lot in that park that, I mean, they have already, that just
Yeah.
untapped, like, gold mines.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
I really think that theater is one of them.
Yeah, or
It's-
move all the wheeler dealers and make that into a
There you
old
go.
school maze.
Yeah. There you go. Why not?
They did it before.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
That was what the dark was, or what was it called? The Elvira Ride, right? Wasn't it? I think it
Yeah.
was.
It was
that's-
something like that. Yeah, but they
It's
use
like
it. They use
yeah, they
that
did.
attraction.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
We need that over again. We need something like that. We need
Yeah.
something.
That
That'd be
whole
so great.
That back corner of the park is kind of. I feel bad because I'll go through there and I'll call it the boring 20s, because there's just
With
nothing.
the best restroom.
With by far the best restroom, and honestly, one of my favorite places to eat, just because I'm a
Pizza and
pasta fan.
pasta. Yeah.
I love pasta, and they
The
give you
pasta.
again portions.
Portion.
They give you plenty of pasta over there.
Yeah. It's Knott's Portion Farm.
America, Knott's America Farm.
Yeah, it's a
Here
big
you
portion.
go, fatty. have your schlop. Yeah, I don't know. There's stuff there that they can do for sure that they already have.
Like I think that the Fireman's Brigade barbecue place
Uh-huh.
should have took over that section where they sell the blades and knives.
Oh,
That could have gone
That little
inside there.
corner.
Yeah.
Probably.
It always was a knife store, that little thing, but I think that would have been a good addition to put that over there.
Yeah, probably. That knife store is weird.
You
It's really weird to have that in there, but I mean,
can't bring knives in the park, but you can buy knives in the park.
you can take them out.
You take them out, but you can't bring them in.
Do you guys know what's being built over there next to the Westcom in the entrance? They've had those walls up for like 2 months.
Wasn't
now.
it for like the ATMs?
Oh, is that what they're doing? Okay.
I think so.
I don't know. I asked our Knott's Adventure a while back, and I don't think they saw my question. Because I had no idea, but I guess that makes
I'm
sense. ATMs.
Pretty sure it's an ATM because if you have a Westcom, you gotta have an ATM outside as well.
That's true.
And
And
then you have security right next
cashless
door to
park. You go to the ATM, get cash out, and you take it to the little machine, and you get a card with your cash. It's all right there. You can do everything right there in the entrance.
True.
That
Now, I
entrance
asked
also.
about the entrance. I asked them, I guess they redo it. It is now their shoulders, so they didn't say
like it.
yes.
That's
no,
fine.
it's like
I just
Right
want
now.
them to take some of those box offices out. There's a lot of them, and I feel like when you're lining up there in the spring and the summertime, it gets really hot when you're waiting for the gates
True.
when you're waiting for them to open.
mhm.
I like what they did in the front of Six Flags, how it's like wide open there now.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Just have the two on the ends. But that and maybe some more trees, like just replace them with trees so we have more shade or something over there. That's what I would like.
Yeah.
Just because they don't use all those box offices anymore. They only use like one at a time, and it's rough sitting there waiting for the park to. I mean, look, this is white people problems, I guess. I'm just freaking going to the park every week. Hell is me. It's woe is me. But I would like to not have to melt for 45 minutes, especially when I have the baby with me too, because it gets
Right.
really hot in just in that little spot there.
It's not that problem. It's pass holder problems.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
It's
You,
very
you
interesting.
should have seen the last time I actually went there. Oh my gosh, the looks that I got when I was going through a prestige line.
Yeah.
It
You're
was
like,
crazy.
Hey,
I love it.
I
see you in the VIP lounge. Nope.
I thought for a second I wasn't gonna survive.
But
I was
make
asking
it
the guy,
short.
"Can you?"
Make it short using your prestige lounge pass by passing that crowd. See what kind of reaction you get.
Oh no. There's a
It's okay,
line.
you're not doing it. I do.
You
I
like
get
that
a
scene
lot
from
of
Wayne's
that.
World when they're like going backstage and they're showing everybody their pass?
Yeah.
No, so I had a guy. I was asking him to, excuse me 1 second. I'm just. He goes, "Why? This is the line." I'm like, "No, it's your line. I'm looking for my line." And he goes, "What is that supposed to mean?" I was like, "Well, there's another line here." He goes, "No, there's not." I'm like, "Well, can you please excuse me? If not, then I can come back." But he's like, "Fine, go." And then he saw me going inside, and he gave me the dirtiest look. I was like, "Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry."
People hate that. Yeah.
I mean, look, but you pay for it.
Yeah,
Right?
You pay for that entrance.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
prestige worldwide.
Yeah.
prestige worldwide, boats and other things that we will
You
mention
know,
on
I,
this
I can
live stream.
see a Ferris wheel coming to Knott's. You
A
take
big
down
one,
Goofy
right?
Sky. Yeah, you take down Goofy Sky School, and you put the Ferris wheel right there. I can
The
see that.
Coast Rider?
Yeah,
That might not be a bad thing. That if you're gonna
that
put
one
it
breaks
anywhere,
down a
that's
lot.
the place to put it.
Yeah, that one
Or you
does
just
break down
take
a
out
lot.
the scrambler and the other attraction, you put it right there. Man,
The old
okay.
kite flyers.
If Knott's is watching you now, which I'm pretty sure they are, can you please fix those signs? Those signs are very burnt.
Yeah, they're pretty messed up, man.
Yeah. It looks really bad. I'm like, they gotta go
Are those signs aren't on the webcam, are they? No, they don't show up on the webcam.
because they're facing
No.
the other way.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
okay. Well, so the one side on Johnny Rockets. Well, did the camera show them?
No.
No.
The one, which one? The camera? Oh, the new one?
Yeah.
No, the new one is literally like where the camera section actually is in that very center part. So it's very hard to see anything. That's why I said the only way that they're gonna see people is to eat. Cause it's like I don't
oh,
know what they're trying to do right there.
hmm
See, it's right somewhere right there,
like
but you can't see it though.
it's right
But
here.
Right.
right there,
You see,
yeah.
Right there.
it's right
Yeah.
here.
They just gotta fix them. It
Yeah,
looks. I know. I
they
understand the whole vintage look, but I mean, no.
if they lit up, it would be better. I don't think they light up, do they?
Out of that, all
I don't
that burnt
remember.
part is because all the lights just
All
burned
the lights
out.
are burnt out and they just left them.
Uh,
Probably.
I can see why they had a camera there because it has all those lights. So it
Dude,
looks like kind of like that. Like it's a cool view. I see what they're going for. The view right there,
Yeah,
the posters, everything all lit up.
bro, those lights on hang time are freaking awe-inspiring.
yeah,
That I think
Well,
Crash is saying
there's a
something.
new update for the app coming out. So the update for the app is supposed to be much better.
Yeah.
They said in spring. So maybe the disability pass might be much easier on the app and not do what Disney did because Disney just pretty much F their disability people. I don't know what they did, but they just said, no, if you're not going to pay, then you don't get to play. So
Yeah,
Disney became a pay to play. And what they did with the disability pass and everything else is just really bad.
I
yeah.
Not
know.
just that
You know,
strict.
it's it's like a weird double edged,
Yeah,
blade
I see people who
because
abuse it, and
yeah,
the
there you
people who
go.
actually need it,
That's
and the
sad.
people who
Yeah,
actually need it are the ones like, well, I can't get it because I'm not disability enough. It's like, how do you? It's like I'm on a wheelchair. Like, how disability do I have to be? It's like,
Yeah.
it just doesn't.
yeah.
It's
I've heard
kind of
those
sad.
stories, and it's just so sad. It really is.
And then one of the bad things too, when we talked about this earlier in the live stream, a lot of streamers were using that disability pass, and that's how they got in so many rides, and that's why they filmed on every ride at Disneyland so many times because they abused the system.
And it ruins
And
it
there's
for
a
everybody
lot of
else.
people, and a lot of big TikTok Disney people, people who they are, they used it. They got caught, but some people didn't care. It's just like, okay, well, now it's gone.
We'll just
Yeah.
have to come back and try it again.
Well, okay. So at Knott's Berry Farm, it's not called the disability pass.
No,
The Knott's is a guest assistance pass.
Guest
there it is. Yeah.
assistance.
So there are
The blue
times
paper, right?
where, yeah, huh?
The blue paper, is that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's
Mhm.
like pretty much how it is. Anybody that's watching right now that is brand new to watching Chastain's in LA, with the guest assistants in general, what that does is
Sorry.
what that does in general is that you do get the piece of paper. if you have if you have any type of medical issue, my wife actually uses it because she has back issues,
Mm-hmm.
and she has two bad knees. So the return time in general, they give you a return time if it's after 30 minutes. That way you don't have to wait in line, and you have your party come back in that certain a lot of time, which is 45 minutes to an hour,
Mm-hmm.
and you're able to get on the attraction rather than waiting in a giant line. It's a
Yeah.
virtual line, pretty much, you're waiting on. And
Oh,
if it's less than 30 minutes, they let you go on to the fast pass line.
Yeah.
But again, that's why in general, like when I first started doing YouTube, I started learning more and more that my wife's knees were really bad, or my wife's knee was getting really bad. And once her knee goes, that's it. I have to cut my vlogging, whatever I have to do. I have to take her, and
Yeah.
I started learning about the guest assistance pass, and it works so well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just be
so
very cautious when you do it. There are people out there that will ask you how you got it. No, I've had that a couple times with my wife and I, where we're walking out. They're like, "Oh, what did you have to do to get that?" No.
Yeah.
mm,
Don't exploit it, because then we can't use it anymore.
Yes, the people that
Yeah.
really need it can't use it.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You all right with that flag, David?
I know. I know.
Thing's gonna get you, dude.
It's trying to get me.
It's trying to get you, dude.
It's Oogie Boogie, man. He's getting mad because I'm talking about Disney.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. All right, boys. Well, this has been friggin' fun. We did almost 2 hours, and it feels like we just started 10 minutes
Yeah.
ago. Thank you guys so much for coming over on your Friday, doing this with me. I'm hoping that this is the first of many. I'm hoping that I can see you guys at the parks more often. Hopefully, I'll be more on a structured schedule. Once again, before you take off, we'll start with Crash first. Who are you? Where can we find you? What do you do? And how much do
Content
you love
creator,
it?
and you can find me on all socials: Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, and here on YouTube.
And David, where
David,
can we find you?
Adventures with David, host of YouTube channel, Instagram, TikTok for now, and Twitter as well. I do haunts, conventions, expos, and you'll probably find me in Anime LA tomorrow.
Well, there you go. Boom.
And
Kid
we
is
all
always
love
working.
Chastain's in LA.
Say it
Yeah.
again.
We all, you want me to say it
Oh.
again, don't you?
I didn't hear what you said, but now that I do,
We-
no, don't, because it's gonna make me look bad. As much as I just love to hear it. Thank you guys again, man. I appreciate it so much.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Hope to have you guys again real soon.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, subscribe, comment down below, all the fun stuff.
You
And
got
share
it.
these
Got it.
videos with your family, friends, ghouls, goblins, monsters, characters, anybody.
A lot of people. Anybody you can. That's why we're in the age of the internet. You
Yes.
can get a hold of all those people.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right, have a
Take
good
it
one,
easy.
guys. Good night.
Oh,
Take care.
and also,
Oh.
everybody out there with everything going on, I wanted to say this real quick. I know I'm
Yes.
going to get a little bit serious.
I almost forgot.
I do
yeah.
want to say we love you guys. We're here with you. Los Angeles strong. We will overcome every obstacle there is out there. If you guys need a little bit of positivity, you have three really good content creators here that can bring you that laugh, that entertainment for that small amount of time. But always know, Los Angeles is strong.
Very much.
Yeah.
Boom.
Absolutely.
Yeah, remember that. We love you guys.
Good night, guys.
All right.
Yeah,
Good night.
one. Peace out.
There it is. Those are my boys, man. I love those guys so much. Thank you guys for sticking around. I know this was a long one. Hopefully we can do it again soon sometime. And until that time comes, we catch you up on the mountain, at the studios, or over at the farm, we will catch y'all